Hey everybody, this is Rydo. The new expansion to Hearthstone, The Mean Streets of Gadgetzan, is available, and that means it's time for deck rebuilds. So in this recording, we're going to be rebuilding the Paladin. So hopefully, last time it didn't work on my Hearthstone deck tracker, you can see what my old Paladin deck was. And maybe I can just click it here and see if we can find it. We have the Wild Paladin deck, which is just full of Murlocs. And honestly, it's not going to change too much, so I can kind of just go ahead and delete that one there. And then the other Paladin deck we had was our standard Paladin deck, which was dragons. And in that concept, you can play some more dragons. There are a few more dragons in the new expansion, but still not enough for it to really matter. Nor does it, do they really synergize well with each other? Nor is there a quest actually to play dragons as a character class. So the concept of dragons as a character class is still undernourished, I would say, in this expansion. Let's go ahead and just delete this one too, and we'll start off with a fresh beginning. So standard Paladin to begin with. Switch Paladin. It's so strange that the characters are in different orders. Let's see. I have all the classics to make the classic deck, 30 out of 30, and 25 of this, but here we go. So we have a secret: whenever a friendly minion dies, return it to your hand. We have a battle cry, gives a random Murloc in your hand +1/+1. Give all the minions in your hand +1/+1. Give all the minions in your hand +1/+1. At the end of your turn, give all the minions in your hand +1/+1. And taunt, give your minions divine shields. Now, there is a quest to play a certain number of divine shield characters, and that quest is 10 divine shield characters. Unfortunately, that's not what this card would help with, because it's only going to give your minions divine shield that don't have divine shield. So that actually doesn't help at all. And you certainly can't play a Murloc deck very well in standard. Like, you can get a couple here and then a decent amount here, but you're missing Old Murkai in particular. And without Old Murkai, I just don't think you could fill 30 cards and play towards that strategy. So I wouldn't want to do that. Again, giving a minion divine shield doesn't help satisfy the quest. You need something that has divine shield in the first place. I could do secrets. Secret Paladin for a long time was a big meta game deck to play with, but Death Rattle, give a friendly minion divine shield. Your hero power summons 1/1 Murloc instead of a 1/1 Paladin. Give your minion discover a minion, give it +1/+1. This whole Paladin concept of powering up something in your hand is interesting, but for it to really work, you're gonna have to have a lot of cards. Silverhand recruits, getting +1 attack, do 2 damage to all enemies. The Truce Over Champion is always a good choice, I would say. Give a minion +2/+2, summon a random 2-cost minion. Double minions attack for 5. The next dragon you play costs 2 less. Summon 5 1/1 Silverhand recruits. Actually, this strategy is not very good at all. We'll play that guy. I'll take these two. Because you're so limited on characters that you're going to be able to pick of the Paladin class. Deal 8 damage, randomly split. Reveal a minion in each character's hand. Let's see. You kind of need something like Cthulhu or something. I can throw that in my deck, but I'm still struggling to find 7 more cards to play. And yeah, I'm not really seeing anything here. Like, just a real struggle to even find cards that, because I need more characters to work with that idea. And see, I could do a secret deck certainly and try to play for that, but I've already made a secret deck on the Hunter, so I don't know why I wouldn't make a secret Paladin deck and a secret Hunter deck. So that's a weird position we're in. So now I just kind of have to pick neutral cards. So alright, I'll take him and him, because both of them are 1/1s for very cheap. And Enrage +5 might actually work in this deck. Here's a Divine Shield character though. So to find more Divine Shield characters, I guess I'd have to look in here. And the right move is again to have the Prince Malchezaar in the deck too. So take that out. Put that in. And see, if you just want to play the new cards, there's really no strategy you can play at all on this. Let's see, where's that new card? Custom Paladin. Here it is. Let's play. Oh. Yeah, no strategy at all with the new cards. The new cards are kind of just these slight additions. So I would say as an expansion, it's not really for new players, because it's for people that have already done some strategy, already know what they want to do with their characters,
with honor.
with each hero, and then they want to expand upon that and do a little bit more, have one more card that works in favor towards something.
The legions I command.
But the 5 extra cards of legendaries, definitely worth playing in every deck.
Nothing scares me.
Play this.
Nothing scares me.
Job done.
Except mice.
So now if they kill either one of them, the other gets a Divine Shield. That's not terrible. Of course, this Wind Fury character is probably just going to hit me in the face twice for 6 damage. Let's see, play this.
Reporting for duty.
Is that
attack
it?
and then end the turn. Whenever you summon a 1 health minion, give it Divine Shield. Technically, Reinforce does summon.
The light.
So here's one of these cards. Put all the dragons from your hand into the battlefield. This is about the only card that you could play with a dragon deck that would make any synergy sense.
Mount up!
Is that it?
Go ahead and just attack. So these new cards that we got, are they gonna really help? Only if I see them. and there was only 6, 7, 8 of them in the to begin with.
Avenge me!
Yeah, so far I've managed not to draw any of the new cards. Alright, so give all the minions in your hand +1/+1. And if I had a Cthulhu in my hand right now, that would kind of make sense if you're playing for a very late game strategy.
Back to your homes.
Charge!
Anything less than that, it doesn't make any sense. You need the fact that these characters are powered up to really have an impact when they're summoned, and they don't. Being one more powerful isn't that big of a difference. And on top of that, I typically personally play in a fashion of trying to get all the cards out on the field, so I'm not likely to hold back more than 3 cards at any point, because I just try to play them. That often leads to my downfall, but it is the strategy I want to play. I want to use the value of the cards I have. This
Back to your homes.
and this.
Reporting for duty. For justice.
This in return. And see, this guy will restore 6 health, which is fine, but I'll probably won't even be down 6 health next turn. This guy could give adjacent characters taunt. That's a concern. So do I want to play this guy? Let's see.
To battle.
This one. And then this
You
one.
pay, I protect.
And then in the turn, I can go and kill this guy.
Job done.
Now in the turn. This card in particular seems like it would work on a greater Divine Shield concept, and there is one card that will take away Divine Shields and get +1/+1 attack for every one that takes away, so potentially +6/+6, since you can have a maximum of 7 cards at the end of your turn. Do 2 damage to all other people. Let's do that. And then that.
To battle.
Go ahead and attack there.
Job done.
So both these guys will die in the next turn, but that's not a big deal. I feel like I'm getting a victory here I don't really deserve.
Get down.
So this is the standard deck I would make, but I can't make, frankly.
Justice. To battle.
Attack, attack, and win. And there's nothing here though that allows me to keep this, even though that would be my strategy and we just win.
Hey, you want to give us a hand with these goods?
So
We're
we've
smuggling weapons too.
another quest has been completed. Unfortunately, now we need to make the other decks. So we'll make a wild
If
Paladin.
you make a wild deck, you can only use it in wild games.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to push people to play standard, which makes no explanation because you kind of can't do that. So divine shield here, divine shield here, divine shield here, divine shield on this guy. All minions lose divine shield, gain +3/+3 for each shield lost. Oh, I didn't realize that's how it worked. So that's the guy you definitely want. Divine shield, divine shield, divine shield. This guy doesn't have divine shield. He's called Sinja Shield Master. Divine shield, charge and divine shield, taunt and divine shield, and reveal, and one more divine shield over here. And then the next thing you want is this guy with divine shield, and then let's see. We'll take this guy too, and this guy, and then Prince Malchazar. And that is as simple as it's going to be to decide how to make the shields deck. It's just that simple, and there's no real variety you can do. Of all the things we just looked at, that's the only things you could really make. It's not really a matter of having, like, missing a considerable amount of Paladin cards. So maybe somebody else's collection would be slightly different, but not by much. And so that's shields. And while we're here, we also need to go ahead and just get rid of this custom Paladin and make a new wild Paladin for Murlocs. So, Paladin, wild, this, select here, and Murlocs. So, give a random Murloc in your hand +1, we'll take that. New hero power, we'll take this. Inspire summon a random Murloc, we'll take this. We probably won't play anything can happen though. This one, probably not the Hungry Crab. This one, discover new basic hero power, we may not play that one. Charge, deal 1 damage, this guy's new, so we can throw him in there. Summon a 1/1, this one that gives them +2/+1, this one that heals them, this one potentially to draw more cards, Old Murkai definitely, Corrupted Seer definitely, and we still have room, so now we come back and fill in the space with this one, and we'll take these. I'll probably, let's take out one of these Murloc Raiders and get 2 of these instead. So there's now 2 Murlocs here and 1 Murloc there and 2 Murlocs here that you can leave out, but everybody else that builds right to a final thing. Unfortunately, what doesn't happen here is you would have to make a trade. Like, if I wanted this, give all the minions in your hand +1/+1. For a Murloc, that would actually make a lot of sense. But what card do I replace it with? A Murloc Raider, perhaps? And we're not putting Prince Malchazar in here. At the end of your turn, give all the other minions in your hand +1/+1. Since that's a 5 mana card, I think I'd get away from that, but give all your other minions in your hand +1/+1. Is there a 2 I would want to get rid of that's a Murloc? See, no, I don't think you really want to do that. So, in all honesty, I think you just want to stay with the Murlocs. And then maybe we'll throw in Prince Malchezaar, I guess. Nope, that didn't work. Why did that not work? Let's see. Fine, give me a Murloc. Seems like fate doesn't want me at Prince Malchezaar. So. Oh, because I'm not looking at all the cards. That's why it didn't work right. Let's see. There we go. And so now let's play these and just see how they work. On Wild. Wait, I need to rename this one actually to Murlocs, but we'll play Shields first. And then we'll play Murlocs, and that satisfies 2 of the 60 gold quests. One, of course, playing 10 Divine Shields, and one playing 30 Murlocs. There is also a 100 gold quest to play 75 Murlocs. So, having an entire deck full of Murlocs is very useful to that.
With honor.
Seems like my Hearthstone deck tracker app did not work for some reason there. Okay. That's fine by me. I'll get that working later. Seems like I'll have to manually import at least one of them, but that's still way less work than it used to be. I used to have to manually put every single deck I built into Hearthstone deck tracker first for it to work at all. So that's 1 Divine Shield. We need 10 in this game, theoretically. I see 3 more right now.
Fight.
I feel Divine Shield is a pretty good strategy for a card too, because it has some it doubles the board time of most characters. Most characters that I play, probably because of my personal bad strategy, they get summoned, they get attacked, they die, they only can attack once or twice at most.
I fight.
Don't worry, love. The cavalry's here.
Here,
Giddy up!
here I've managed to maintain 3 of the characters while killing off his strategy, which is the main strategy for them, is having the hyena. So let's see, do this,
Red alert.
and then silent
Shush!
I fight.
Giddy up!
and attack. Stealth and Divine Shield doesn't make the most amount of sense. I don't think Stealth is really worth playing at all as a concept. There aren't enough cards that work that way. They need to make like a ninja expansion that is just full of stealth creatures that helps in other ways. Let's see. Which one will do the most damage? This one?
I fight.
Go.
Weapon ready.
Silence!
And this feels like I've taken the turn of the game and I'm going to win actually on some merit. So I feel like this might actually win me some actual gameplay too. Let's go and play this.
Reporting for duty.
And then this.
Weapon ready.
Then this.
I
And then
fight.
that.
Silence!
And here.
Giddy up!
And here. And I still have winning as a goal, even though it's now become this low-level secondary goal over just getting quests done. Which that was the whole intention of them adding the new quest, was they were tired of people having to actually win certain classes. And I was certainly tired of it because it was taking all day sometimes to get 5 victories. Hey, we've got the new expansion earned. So
is impressed. I concur. You know, we got a place for you with the goons. You do new job for us.
destroy 100,000 minions.
Don't waste your potential. You should come join the Jade Lotus.
So we're getting this kind of like solo player story here.
We have all the fun stuff. Swords, knives, gigantic golem armies.
So now I need to win 3 games with the druid, the rogue, and the shaman. And since I've already done the druid, that's gonna be left with the rogue and the shaman. So let's go ahead and play the Murloc deck too. So I guess there's not the best of time to open the card packs. So I don't know what to do. There's gonna be 6 cards packs probably by the time we're done rebuilding all the decks. If I just held them up, and then I'd just do another card pack opening video, and I've already done a 50 card pack opening, so I don't really see a logical reason to do that. And I don't want to just sit on the cards, so I think it's best that I instead just open the card packs at the end of this recording, and all the recordings going forward. So this guy's a 1/2. Play him first in return. So there's only one strategy when playing Murlocs, and that's go in fast and go in hard. Get your whole deck full of these things.
Job's done.
There we go. Yeah, +1/+1 is still a good deal. So, and he is a Murloc, so I don't see any reason why you wouldn't want to play him. And since he's a Paladin only card, it also makes a lot of sense to play Paladin Murloc decks versus, I don't know, like a Druid Murloc deck. I think would be the only other one that has any Murloc cards. So play this, play this, attack. In the turn. 5 guys on the field. There is some strategy to only having 3 guys on the field, because some of the seeds and traps and things will work against you, but it's really not that much of a strategy. Let's see, we need 6 gone, so this guy, and this guy, and this, and it refreshes your ability, so if I had 1 more mana I could have summoned another guy. That's interesting. I'll have to remember that. So each player draws 2 cards. Definitely I need to draw 2 cards. Him drawing 2 cards, not as much. I need to kill 6 characters. 3. And then 2. And then these two. One. Attack, attack, attack. In the turn. Probably would have been better to kill this guy. But that was his next move. But it's 12 to 29. And when a Murloc deck wins, it usually wins. Just like this. Old Murkai does 6 damage. This, this, and right on the number. I win. So, happy to still see that Murlocs work. So, let's go back here. And I need to rename this to Murlocs, which I will do right here since I'm here. Let's see. M-U-R-L-O-C. Let's see, we'll just leave it at that. And so we have a shields up and a Murloc deck. And we have 2 packs to open. With this duplication glitch still happening, where the cards that have Cabal cards, getting 3 times as many of those, I think, if I was to guess. I didn't get any of those, so no big problem there. This, and that. And then let's go back and with those new card packs, disenchant the 8 common cards we have and the 1 rare extra card we have. And that gives me 215. Still not really enough to make any more new cards. And the 1 card that we didn't have 2 of, at least, was what? This. Cabal Trafficker. At the end of your turn, add a random demon to your hand. And that is going to be helpful when we get to the to making Warlocks, because Warlock decks, because I am definitely going to make a demon deck. Anywho, that's it for this recording. Next one, we do the next character. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me further, you can go to my main YouTube page. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want a friend to follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.